Snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling sore inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good town you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. In the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I want what the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand, I hold the sky. Let the storm rage on. My power flowing through the air and through the ground. My soul is spiraling and burning fractals all around. And when the crystallizes like an icy balloon, I'm never going back. The past is in the past. Let it go! It'll rise like a break of dawn. Let it go! Let it go! That perfect storm is gone. For I stand in the light of day. Let the storm erase the cold never bothered me anyway.
Hello, everyone, to our second episode of Two Brothers Sports. Why did you just share a Discord channel in the Twitch chat? I am confused.
Bro, you said share the Discord. And so I shared the Discord. The 2BS Discord. That anybody is welcome to join and become a fan.
Yes, anybody is welcome to join. I was referring to share it to the Discord of our friends, but, you know, I have to do all the thinking around here, but that's nothing new. Welcome.
No, I reject that shit. I reject that.
It's called common sense, but, you know, evidently only one of the brothers got that one.
So we're going live on 2BS, and you say share the Discord, and I share the Discord in the chat, and I'm dumb. I don't buy it.
No, you should have realized what I meant. I'm not. No.
I should have read your mind. Let's go. Welcome to 2BS.
Welcome to 2BS, everyone. Today we're just we're doing Premier League recap. You know, last week was the soccer special. Had a lot to go over. This week we're going to do some recap on what happened. We're going to go over some NFL preseason, and we're going to hit up some... Okay, Mr. Pocket has a cheesy gordita crunch. Oh, no, you're looking at it. Sorry. Elf Brain Small. I have common
actually
sense.
had
But
Nacho Bel Grande last night in 2 dippable tacos from Taco Bell, and it was fire.
have you? Okay. Side note. Then have y'all tried the volcano tacos? Everyone here? Well,
I mean,
tacos and the burrito. There's like 2 different volcano things.
we don't have them anymore. They are no.
Are
I
they
love the
gone? I haven't looked at it for like a month, but I ordered. So I had volcano tacos and burritos probably like 4 times in 2 weeks, and so I haven't.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Something right. Sound alert came through. You probably have the stream volume off, so you can't hear those sound
I
alerts.
super do.
Yeah, so
My
that doesn't
little
make
guy's
sense.
Fucking dancing though, he's getting it. So
Dude, your guy
actually-
is dancing.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
I didn't know they took those away. Was that a summer special? Because those were so good. I got them so much. The volcano tacos and burritos.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I feel like they used to be better. I don't know if I'm getting older or they're getting worse or some weird combination in the middle, because I feel like a lot of the things at Taco Bell used to be like, that was fucking fire, and they bring it back and it's just like, oh.
Well, it's probably a combination of, I think, like every fast food chain has been getting worse over the last 20 years, but we're also getting older, so we don't just find like a McDonald's cheeseburger to be the best cheeseburger that's ever existed anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like when you're 7 and you get one of the double cheeseburgers, you're like, can't top it. Now you're like, there's a lot of places that have a better cheeseburger.
Allegedly.
Oh, you don't have Taco Bell in Austria, kitten? That's a bummer. Europe needs to get it together. McDonald's is getting worse. It's getting more expensive. You don't have a dollar menu anymore. The dollar menu is now like $10 if you want a meal instead of $4.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks, Obama. It sucks though. But then you have people complain about Five Guys, like, why is it $12 for a burger? And it's like, bro, this burger is fucking delicious. Why are you complaining about $12 for this burger?
No, dude, that's so much.
I don't know. Well, you're not supposed to get Five Guys like once a week. It's supposed to be a thing you go to every once in a while. You're on your way home, you just pick it up. It's not like, plus you get that in fries for like $17 and you eat more fries. And yeah, the cheeseburger's like $2.50 now. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, how old are we?
Oh my
We're
god!
literally like,
we're
back in my day,
we're complaining
burgers
about fast food
$2.50.
prices, dude. We've gotten to that point. we're now at that point of complaining about fast food prices.
Dude, I have Mr. Pocket. I have a brand new Sonic right next to me, and so it's not like gross and run down, and the people don't hate their life and everything around them, and it's super good.
There's a Sonic super close to me, the chili cheese tots. I've been getting those.
Mhm.
Those are fire.
Yeah.
And actually, they're boneless, like just like boneless wings, where you get like a whole entire plate for $7. They're good. Like they're actually good.
Kitten, the problem is trying to get ice cream at McDonald's is near impossible.
Yeah, I don't know how it is over in Europe, but I actually don't know the last time a McDonald's had a working ice cream machine in America.
Dude, the McDonald's around here actually work. Anywhere else I've been, they're like, nah, it's fucking broken.
I've never
or
been
it's
to-
not cleaned, or it breaks because it's not cleaned. And because Tori orders McFlurries, and so she only got a McDonald's breakfast, dude. Love me some McGriddles, but she loves McFlurries, and so we order them frequently, and I keep track of how many times the machine is broken at different McDonald's, and it's almost always, except for around here.
Well, so I actually really like their pancake meal where you can get like sausages and some hash browns for like $8. It's actually really good. I mean, I'm not really good, but like when you're talking about fast food breakfast, I actually love their pancakes. I mean, I don't go to it expecting extravagant pancakes, but they're solid for the price.
There's a place by me that's like just like podunk. I don't know, like random place anyways, that's like locally owned, and they're kind of like a McDonald's type thing, but their breakfast is so fucking the pancakes are so, and they're like $5 for like these huge pancakes.
Do y'all have an original pancake house near y'all? They're in DFW. Those pancakes and sausage are actually really good. Now they are a little bit more expensive for breakfast, like when you're talking about breakfast, but they're pretty solid.
They are. I haven't been there in a while. I think the last thing I got there was an omelet, and I didn't like it. And then I know at the Pancake House, but whatever.
Well, okay. Well, there's our quick breakfast and fast food review that I don't think anybody was expecting and everybody appreciated. So we can probably get into actual topics now.
We did it.
You have different menus there? For which place, Kitten?
For McDonald's.
Yeah.
Different places.
That's true. I mean, she was talking about all the different toppings they have for like their ice creams and stuff, and like we don't even get ice cream.
Best fast food pizza. Last topic. Best fast food pizza. Is that like Papa John's, Domino's, all those?
I think that's what I consider fast food pizza. Yeah.
Last is Pizza Hut every time.
Oh yeah, no pizza. I go there for their boneless wings, but not the pizza.
No, I don't even go there for not after Scott or Mr. Pocket knows about that fucking one in Birmingham. I think maybe did you try to order one when we were at in Birmingham? There was the Pizza Hut right by us.
Not over there. Once I moved, so I was like 15 miles east. There was a good one over there that I could drive to pick up from. It was like a mile from me, and that place's boneless wings were super good.
I actually used to like their boneless wings. I'm talking a bunch of shit, but Wing Street definitely used to be good. Yeah. But top for me is Papa John's or Marco's.
Mine's Papa John's.
I have a Marco's a couple blocks that way. So
now I'm Papa John's, and they have a new quote unquote New York style pizza, which is really just like a normal pizza. It's just not as thick of a crust. It's not New York style, and that's why it's like
New York
style. But the pizza is good, and that's all I really care about. I don't care about what you call it, as long as it's good.
Have you tried the garlic stuffed cheese?
Kitten, thank you for the subscription.
I was like, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, well, because you're always going to be confused when there's sound alerts and shit. You're just going to be like, what the hell is going on?
Fucking Papa John's. What do you think? You tried this, and you're like,
what the hell is going on here?
What the hell even is that?
Kitten, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate it.
What the hell is even that?
Everyone's sleeping on Little Caesars. I honestly haven't had Little Caesars in like 5 or 6 years.
We used to get Little Caesars. There used to be one around the corner.
I know which one you're talking about, but like back in Birmingham. But didn't.
Oh, I'm talking about a different one. I think. I don't think you would have gone to this one. I don't think you would have gone to this part of Center Point for pizza.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the one that was like 2 blocks from the apartment.
Yeah. That one's all right.
Never had a taco, Kitten?
What?
What?
No, not by.
What?
You can't say I've never had a taco.
You can't just leave on that. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Now I'm worried that you're gonna try a taco, and it's not actually gonna be a taco, and you're gonna say they're bad, not knowing you're super wrong, like completely wrong. But
I don't even know how to go about this. Never had a taco.
That hurts me. You don't even do Taco Tuesdays?
Well,
I can't believe Austria would have different traditions than us.
Yeah, well, this is absurd. You just like to... you shocked us. Mission successful, Kitten.
Super shocked.
I also do want to say I'm very proud of you. You haven't tried to stab one of us, and we're about 10 minutes in. That's improvement.
Didn't know catching a stray shank was a possibility, but I'm glad that I haven't.
That's a lie. Did I miss the stabbing? She tries to stab me every stream. It's not a big deal. I haven't been stabbed
I need to bring something else up real quick before we even get into sports. I recently found out that I really like an artist, and I had no idea. I like Harry Styles. I didn't know. It just happened to come up after one of my lists ended, and I've been fucking bumping that shit. Yeah.
Oh, you put it in the sub message. Oh, on this scene, I don't have the sub message appear on screen, so I didn't see it. Count your days? Okay. I've officially been threatened with a message.
Yeah, Harry Styles isn't that bad, dude.
I'm going to be honest, I have not listened. I'll probably it's one of those, I probably heard his songs and didn't know it was him, but I don't know a song by Harry Styles.
I think one of them's a FIFA song, so you've definitely heard it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's like one of those, like, I'll probably heard it like while I'm walking around the mall or some shit, but like I
Yeah.
don't know it's him.
Okay, Late Night Talking is my shit. That's all I want to say. That song slaps. Since 1D, didn't listen to him since 1D. I never listened to 1D, and I didn't know I was listening to Harry Styles. I just looked down. I was like, this song fucking bumps. I need to go like press like on this. And there you go. Anyways, how about that Premier League?
Oh, wait, are we here to talk about sports? I don't know. I feel like let's just keep the fast food and Harry Styles train going.
Fast food and Harry Styles?
That's-
Dude, that was like my life for the past couple days, was fast food and Harry Styles while I was crunching out homework.
No
Yay,
wonder you
sport
needed to
ball.
meditate earlier. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, I was missing a few pieces there, and it just really all came together.
Bro, it's been a fucking week. It's been a week. Yeah, God. Whole thing. Anyways, all 3 points is what we're gonna name this section because I just said that. It's all free, isn't it?
I didn't sign off on
List-
this, but you got to just give them some things.
It's all free, isn't it? As you can see, big weekend this last weekend. Brighton and Newcastle had some of the biggest wins. 4-1, 5-1.
And I think the
Honestly-
Newcastle's more impressive because
Yeah.
we both think Aston Villa was at least going to be like around 8, 7, 6 spot. I don't think a lot of us had expectations for Luton going in, considering we had them in the relegation zone.
For some reason, I don't know why. I thought Unai Emery wasn't going to beat Unai Emery. Second year Unai Emery at Aston Villa, which is like a thing. I was just like, man, they're building a really good team. Moussa Diaby's flying. He looked so sharp. He's on the FPL team now. Picked him up. Yeah. I actually used my whatever, make as many changes as you want this week.
I did have to make one change, but we'll get into the Premier League changes.
I made one change and then but so Newcastle, since we're talking about it, Newcastle, their new boy Sandro Tonali looked like an absolute fucking beast. He looked unfazed, which isn't hard. Also, though, when you're at St. James Park, that place is insane. Those guys are crazy. I do respect those Newcastle fans. I don't respect their owners, but I respect their fans. Shirts off, big boy bellies out, and just the fucking loudest, ear-shattering fans. It was fun to watch.
I mean, I loved it. We both had the Newcastle, it was -0.5, I believe, before the game. So we both won our bet there. So I was editing our little ticker down there, got to edit it as we go along. That's the whole point of it. But I was impressed. What was it, 1-1 at half or 1-1 middle of the game? And then all of a sudden Newcastle just decided to score 4 goals in about 30 minutes.
Just pulled away,
Yeah, which I'm obviously happy about. And, well, maybe not too happy because we'll get to this later, but Man City play them, so, a little worried. I'm not going to overreact to one game. Like it sounds like you already are on Aston Villa, second year, fell for the trap. It's like, bro, it's one game. Let's all calm down. There's 37 more to go.
I've been scarred by Unai Emery though, also. So there's history behind it. It's not just making one game. It's like, no, he's done this with multiple teams.
Back in Liverpool's cooked. See, I expect that out of Mr. Pocket. Game by game, either best team in the league or worst team in the league for any of his teams that he follows. That's not Liverpool specific.
What's the new guy's name? Indo or Imbo or something? I'd never heard of him. He looks like he's a player though. Indo, yeah. Best DM in the Prem. I mean, sure.
Sure.
No, yeah. I think Liverpool needs it. We'll see how good he is. I think they might try and make one more signing too.
Yeah. So what's the cutoff? Like September 3rd or something like that, or first? Okay, so we have 2 more weeks. For changes.
We have 2 more weeks, and we have fucking injuries popping up left and right. God, it's bad. Specifically, Arsenal. Arsenal just lost their boy Timber, Urian Timber, who looked like, there's few players that I've seen come into a team and been so loved by the fans so fast. to where he only played half of one game in the Prem. And I'm devastated that he's out for 7 months. He tore his ACL. First game. First game. I swear to God, he looked like he was going to be a world beater. He reminds me of Kyle Walker. He's not as fast as Kyle Walker, but yeah, that's super well played. Mr. Pocket. Like yeah, it's really sad. It seems like all of our fan base kind of seems the same way. He's like a really good guy and he's a really good player, and I was excited to see all the different things Arteta was going to be able to do with him on the right, on the left, center back, fucking everywhere, DM if he wanted to. But yeah, he's a lot like Kyle Walker. He has that like just assuredness in everything he does. He's not he's really fast. I don't think he's as fast as Kyle Walker. I don't think maybe but 3 people are. But anyways, I love him. We might be dipping into the transfer market. It's a bummer. Really hate that. I heard we're actually looking at Pavard too. Oh no, Mr.
Whoa.
Pocket's just roasting.
Yeah, well, you deserve it. We lost Kevin De Bruyne for at least the first half of the season. 4 months is what I heard, so that's about half the season. Yeah. Christmas, after Christmas. That's our big injury, which let's say no offense to Timber, but
don't
like
really play like super hard until Christmas, and then y'all just win literally every game, and nobody can keep up.
Okay, well,
like that's
when
just
like
how
a top 10 player in the world gets hurt, it's going to affect the team.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Timber on defense is going to be a real loss.
Mr. Pocket, I'm not going to go as far as to say that correlation is what happened. I really don't think a Belgium guy playing in England has anything to do with Texas Chainsaw Massacre releasing.
KP's a gamer, right? Maybe he's just like, I'm just trying to chill and game. I've seen him before games. Pep's like giving the team talk, and he just has his headphones on and is playing a game on his phone.
Like, you need to actually tell Kevin De Bruyne what the game plan is. The game plan for Kevin De Bruyne is go out and be Kevin De Bruyne. Like that. That's
I know. I don't.
That's one of the. That's like one. Like, is a coach going to come in and
the best player in the world? Right now, I think he is the best player in the world when he's fully healthy.
It's like, is a coach going to come in and be like, "Hey, Messi, we're doing this today." Messi's going to be like, "The fuck we are. I'm doing this, and you guys can pull it together."
Yeah, I have no doubt that is why. I just think it's funny, and I love that Pep actually sits back and is like, "Hey, you do your thing. You go be world class and find passes that nobody else sees. And then bang in a shot from 30 yards out."
But
Something
not
like
until
that.
January now. Big sad.
Big sad.
Big sad. So moving on with the topics a little bit, like I said, I'm not going to overreact after 1 week.
No.
I feel like you are, but power rankings predictions, we both kind of gave what we thought last week on where stuff would, end out and everything. I'm not going to change a lot. I mean, Newcastle, great win. I think I had them 4 overall. So like, that's what, am I really going to put them above Liverpool, Man City, or Arsenal just from one good win? No. Brighton moves up a little bit. Maybe they can be top half. Other than that, it's like, I'm not going to change a lot of my power rankings or predictions there.
Yeah. Aston Villa drops out for me out of the top 7. I'll start there.
See, I'm not. I don't know. Moving from 7 to 8. Like, okay, so who goes above them at 7 for you? If you're gonna say they drop, you have to tell them who's replacing them.
I actually could see Chelsea. I could see Chelsea doing it. I had Chelsea drop back, so, and I had Brighton come up.
Okay, well, if you had Brighton, because you had Chelsea at 4 or 5 last week, so they can't.
Yeah.
Overtake Aston Villa.
So they're back down. I had Brighton move up, and I had Newcastle move up. So I have.
Wait, so you had Newcastle
Brighton
move up? You've said 2 different things now. That Newcastle's moved down, and that Aston Villa's moved up, and.
Okay, Aston Villa's number 8. Brighton's number 7. Man U's number 6. 5 Brighton, 4 Liverpool, 3 Newcastle, 2 Arsenal, 1 Man City.
Brighton's jumping all those people from beating someone that we think will get relegated. All right.
No, Brighton's moving up because the other teams looked bad, and I think Man U's going to have a bad season now. After seeing them, I don't think they're going to make top 4.
Well, I definitely don't think they're
going to get the 5th spot. They might be able to get the 5th spot, but the 5th spot looks like it's going to be fucking brutal to get. I think De Zerbi is one of the top 10 best coaches in the world, hands down. And I think he can plug and play a lot of people. He's going to miss Caicedo, but
okay.
What?
My VTuber model just went in and out of the screen like 4 times. If you're actually watching it, you'll see me flicker here in a second, probably.
Oh no.
All right, yeah. So not a lot of power rankings, prediction changes. This is not Premier League related, but I do want to mention that Harry Kane did score and assist in his first start for Bayern Munich.
First start, couldn't quite get a goal in that championship.
Well, he came off the bench, so
yeah. Well, serial loser.
Well, okay then.
Speaking of losers, Tottenham. Fuck them. Fuck them. You know what's really shitty is their coach is like a good guy. The absolute worst. Absolutely the worst. I actually liked what they did. I don't know if you saw. They went and like. Hypothetically, I would like if a team did this. Actually, let me say it that way.
Oh my God!
Before the game, they went over by their fans and did their huddle by their fans and are really trying to reconnect with them. And I'm all for that. So hypothetically, if a team did that, I would like it. Just saying. But anyways, fuck Tottenham. They tied Brentford. Brentford doesn't even have their best player right now because he is serving a suspicion for gambling. A lot, not a little gambling. He gambled a lot.
Look, gambling's not that big of a deal if you're a professional player. I think we all need to get over it, move past it. I think we need to move past certain players gambling on if they would get a yellow card or not in a game. I don't think that should be able to affect whether they can get transferred to a team or not.
I
am referencing Paqueta, obviously.
I was about to say.
Well, no, you obviously to you, but people that don't understand it, Man City is currently trying to sign a midfielder that is under suspension for gambling on his games, and it has come out that it is allegedly yellow cards specifically.
He's not suspended yet.
He's not suspended yet, but that's really going to halt a lot of transfer rumors if he's not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 weeks left.
Which brings up a whole other thing of professional athletes all over the globe betting on sports because it's come up in the NFL now. Ivan Toney's got a 6-month ban for Brentford. Now Lucas Paqueta's betting on fucking yellow cards. It's crazy.
I agree with Mr. Pocket. If you play for Man City and you bet for Man City to win the game, why? I don't think that should affect it. If you're a Man City player and you bet Man City to draw or lose, that's a little something different because then that we're looking at match fixing.
Mm-hmm.
Or but the yellow card specific is suspicious because you can go out and purposely get a yellow card if you're betting this player to get a yellow card. But if you're just betting for your team to win, there should be nothing on it. That how would that change the integrity of the game? If Patrick Mahomes goes out and bets the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, how is he not trying to do that already? Does that change how he's going to be playing the game?
I'm okay with it. It's just it feels weird. It feels like it gets hairy. I don't think they should be able to bet on their games. I don't. I'm sorry. Other games, if other people are in the game, maybe. But yeah, I can't. It gets too dicey for me.
I don't even understand what would be dicey about that. It's either the only bet you're allowed to place is if you're playing for a team is for them to win. There's no diciness. Any other bet gets you suspended. That one doesn't. 0 dicey.
I love that it could be that cut and dry. I don't think it would be. I think it would turn into a shit show.
Well, then they would just get suspended. I mean, that's
right. But if everybody's doing it, everybody's betting on other games. They start saying players know players. They can go, hey, dude, I'll get a fucking yellow card in this game.
But I am saying literally the only bet that a player is allowed to place is for your team to win. No other bet.
Okay, no other bet.
Yeah, that's why I don't. You're bringing up other things. I said the only thing you're allowed to bet is for your team to win.
Yeah, but if I don't change the goalposts, then we aren't going to argue. So,
well, we'll find a way to argue. That's our specialty, and that's why we're doing this podcast.
Exactly, and that's why I changed the goalpost.
Okay, well, I'm going to change the goalpost to smash into your face. Who cares if there's insider betting? I mean, it already happens. Everything's an entertainment sport. It's all rigged. Any bet I lose is rigged. Any bet I win is pure skill. Okay, and everybody knows it. Everyone that has ever placed a bet knows it.
Absolutely. Mr. Paco, do you think Liverpool should have won that game last week?
Now, Texas still isn't good at football, but we'll get into that later. Don't worry, we'll get into that. Mr. Pocket, I got you. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I don't know why y'all came out playing for a tie. I thought it was weird. Do you think Klopp played Gakpo in midfield to send a message that y'all better fucking pay up and buy somebody? Because I do. I also actually don't know the team. I feel like y'all could have done a different lineup, but I feel like Klopp was like, dude, I need some transfers. Send these. I'm going to play Gakpo at fucking left 8. Fuck it. This is what happens. I think he did. I don't know, though. I don't know him as well as you do. I think hypothetically, I would just think like that's what he would do. But let's go to the weekend board.
Already switched it over.
Perfect.
What do we got coming up? We both already won our first bets of the weekend. That's what we got coming up. I won the over 2.5 on Nottingham Forest Sheffield United. Captain over there won Nottingham Forest -1.5. Opened up the weekend with
-0.5.
Yeah, I said that wrong. You're right. You won. Well, obviously you won it because my thing. You wouldn't have won. I am now officially undefeated on Friday games in the Premier League in the 2023-2024 season. That's what you need to know.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying. What's the Bournemouth line? Actually, I have it up. Bournemouth is +2. The money line's +1,000. The tie's +600. Mr. Pocket. I had him up because of, had to have him up for what I'm gonna be picking this week. Take the points or the money.
+2.
I probably +2's. That's a lot in the Premier League. I mean, against anyone, because you can push it at +2. Like that's
right.
That's the big thing with it. No, this is a trap. We went over this last year. Every time Mr. Pocket says take the other team, his team slaughters. We've been over this. I don't
know if it's football.
No, that is Mr. Pocket. Football. That is not football. It transfers sports. I guarantee it. I'm gonna do it.
We smash the -2.
No. To prove a point, even I'm taking the +2, and I'll do it right now. $5 on the +2 to prove my point.
All right, I'm going $5 on the -2 to prove my point. Bitch.
That's not even the most exciting game of the weekend, though. That's just a random game of the weekend. I don't think anybody would even think to watch that game unless you're a Liverpool fan.
Dude, I'm gonna watch that game.
Come on, man. Go eat your nachos and shut the hell up.
They're cold now and soggy.
Oof. Biggest game actually is Newcastle Man City. Not just because I'm a Man City fan, but because this is just the best matchup of the weekend. There's not that Chelsea West Ham might be entertaining, I think, but in terms of like most exciting, I think it's Man City Newcastle.
Chelsea is such a fun team to cheer against.
I already have West Ham plus.
Yeah, I hope West Ham pulls some shit. They've made a couple signings. I actually think that if they make some more signings that they're actually linked with, they're trying to steal Doku from y'all, which I want everybody to steal all of y'all's players.
Well, yeah, y'all are the
Um,
best at it, so of course you want it to happen.
We've the thing is you're wiggling the bait in front of me, and I'm trying not to jump on it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
God,
I'm just sitting here making statements, picking winners. That's all I'm doing.
dude, I love that Mr. Pocket's real ready for some Fulham Brentford. I'm ready for some Fulham Brentford.
So this is in general question. It doesn't have to do like necessarily Fulham Brentford, but it does. Do you like today's game, Nottingham Forest Sheffield? I don't think a lot of people thought this is going to be a banger of a game. Do you look forward to the really bad teams playing because they're actually bangers because they're both bad?
Yeah, because relegation matters.
Everyone watches the relegation battle at the end of the year. No one's thinking of the relegation battle in the second week.
Fuck, I am.
Well, there's also something wrong with you mentally.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't like a relegation battle.
Yeah. Can the Killer Bees survive another year?
Bro, as long as they're fine by the time Ivan Toney gets back, they're good. They were good last year. They were a solid team. They D'd up and they hit it long to Ivan Toney and it worked.
You know what, Mr. Pocket? I got you. $5 on Brentford Pick'em.
At Fulham? Well, I guess, yeah, when they lost last week.
Did I stutter?
I do like Brentford in that. Let's go Brentford.
It's a pick'em though, because if you tie, you get the money back. It's not the three-way.
Yeah. I do have Brighton. For some reason, Wolves scares me because they look better than they should have.
Yeah, but you have to think about it. It's United
for relegation too.
But then you have to think about it. It's United, which you just shit on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago. So then it's
two things can be true at once. United can look bad and Wolves can look good. They can both happen in one game.
Yes, but looking good against a bad team isn't that impressive.
Okay.
True, I do already have Brighton.
United didn't look good.
That's what I'm saying. Looking good against a bad team. Hello? I'm talking on the side of Wolves. You can look good against. Looking good against a bad team isn't that impressive. So you were saying the Wolves look.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Man U is good, but they're not good.
USC looked really good against San Jose State. Of course they did.
San Jose State is a powerhouse offensive university. We've been over it.
I picked the team specifically for this reason.
Yeah. It made everything fall apart, TBH. Yeah, so I'm Brentford should win. Absolutely. I just paused for a second because Wolves are weird and they don't give up many goals. They also can't fucking score though. So,
well, you mean Brighton? You're saying Wolves? Brighton's playing Wolves. Brentford's playing Fulham. You said Brentford versus Wolves.
Oh, I thought I said Brighton.
The names are too close too, so that's tough.
The problem is they need more mascots, so I can be like the Brighton Seagulls. Well, I guess they kind of have.
Well, Brentford will just be the Bees now. We don't even have to say Brentford.
Hey, Bees in the trap. Yeah. Brentford. All right. So next, Tottenham, Man U. Very excited for this game. Hate both of them. Hope a meteor hits the fucking stadium.
Are we gonna have to ban you from just even bringing up Tottenham?
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna end up in 10-minute segments every.
I hate them.
I know. We're gonna have to save all Spurs talk for your special little podcast because we'll never get anything else done here.
All right. We can put a Spuds ban.
You can ban one thing of mine if I start bringing it up too much to be even. You don't have to think of it now.
It's true. I kind of just pop off about him. I also fucking hate Man U though. I think.
Well, I mean, I do too.
Okay, I think the smart bet is to not bet it, and it is also not Manchester United.
I wouldn't touch that game.
I'm not. I'm just gonna hate watch it.
No,
for sure.
I am taking the over in Man City Newcastle. That's.
See, but when big teams get together, they really D it up a lot. I feel like there's a more of a chance of it being a 1-0 than a 3-2.
Bro, I don't know the answer. This is an answer I'll have to look up afterwards. How many big games last year did we score 3 goals by ourselves against? And we did. I think we did to United both times. I think we did it to Liverpool and Arsenal once each. Chelsea, I can't remember our scores.
I do forget
If
about y'all's.
If we're going to talk about, like, and I'm just talking about just the big games because that's what you brought up. How many times have we put up 3 goals ourselves in big games?
Well, I mean, I guess I was thinking big games in terms of which I shouldn't have because this isn't the EPL. I was thinking of big games like Champions League where y'all only won 1-0, you know, because you're being up. That's what I was thinking. It feels like a big game. And so I thought y'all might go more defensive, especially because Kevin De Bruyne's not going to be there for the whole game. I can see Pep playing a little more defensive, hold the ball, a little grind it out, a little 2-0 victory. A little Holland brace.
Well, I hope that happens. But I actually do think Newcastle will score on us. Their offense looked good. I'm not convinced on our defense yet, necessarily. We have the makings of a very, very, very good defense, but I don't know. We're also Man City, and we get countered a lot, and we make dumb mistakes because that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, but you have the defenders to catch up. Pep's so fucking good at identifying defenders. I think y'all are going to win because I'm pessimistic and because it would be bad for me.
I mean, I'm not even betting who's going to win. I'm betting goal totals. So that
also true. I just meant like in general, the game. Very bummed out about it if y'all win. Aston Villa Everton?
I'm not going to be doing anything on it. I think Aston Villa wins.
Over 2.5.
Over 2.5? Okay. I mean, I think Aston Villa wins because Everton's not great. And I do think Aston Villa it's one of those games last week just kind of got away from them. It's like once you're down 3-1, you're kind of demoralized. And those last 2 probably were just kind of like, you're not as sharp anymore once you're already down 2 goals with 10 minutes to go, you know? So I'm not overreacting to a 5-1, 4-1 scoreline. I think Aston Villa wins it.
Yeah, I think Aston Villa does too. I just don't know if it's by more than 1. And then West Ham Chelsea. We both already have West Ham because fuck Chelsea.
True.
Last but not least, Arsenal's going to Selhurst Park Monday, 2 p.m.
All right, 2 middle tier teams fighting out on Monday. You love to see them get prime time every once in a while.
Yeah, so we 1 point favorites.
Monday relegation battle, real tough. You know, you just hate to see it sometimes.
Hate being here sometimes, you know.
Well, if you're going to go on 10-minute Arsenal rants, I'm going to have to shit on Arsenal to counteract it.
Sure.
Well, actually, the scroll thing I already put down there, I do hate it here. I just predicted one of us saying it.
I think I know Crystal Palace played a dog shit team last week, but they had like 20-something shots on target. Ridiculous. And Arsenal, I feel like, is going to put up some shots too. I feel like the over 2.5 could be a little fun. I think it's a 2-1 game. Yeah, so I have 6 bets this weekend. I have a Liverpool I have Liverpool -2, Brentford pick, Brighton.
My mic messed up there. Okay.
Brighton -0.5, over in Aston Villa, West Ham pick +0.5, and Crystal Palace Arsenal over. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. Pocket, for pointing that out. So I have Brentford. We're both on that. West Ham. Wait. Sorry. Confusing myself with Brentford and Bournemouth because all the B's teams mess me up. Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford. I have Bournemouth +2. Don't even believe in it. That's to prove a point that Mr. Pocket, whenever he says take the other team, you don't do it. So I'm doing it. Proving a point. $5 is worth proving a point. If I lose it, I lose it. Man City over, said that one. Brighton, I just like Brighton. They're kind of fun to watch. I don't really know their players. I'm not going to pretend I have all these players I like on them. They were fun to watch last week. I like them. That's what I
Dude, I'm
got.
telling you, it's their coach.
And then
If somebody buys Arteta, I hope we buy Deserbi.
West Ham, I just don't like Chelsea. I
Fuck them.
just don't like Chelsea, man. So that's enough for me.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. That about wraps up our Premier League talk. So we are actually going to move into some NFL. You know, still in the preseason, not too much going on, but there's some things happening that we can talk about that I'm actually pretty excited to talk about. Okay, well,
Let's talk about it.
why did this slide randomly come through without the background or with the backgrounds?
The other one did too.
What the hell even is this? Okay, well, production quality's
Sure.
just not up to par today. Evidently. You know what? I'm a dumbass. That's why. Don't worry about it. We're fixing it. Boom.
How happy Bukayo Saka is in the middle. What a good guy.
Also, those pictures should have. They're whatever. NFL rookies. A lot of them debuted. Some of them had good stats. Some of them didn't have good stats. Some of them didn't really play enough to have stats. Honestly. I'll let you start it off. Is there any of? All right. Well, we'll start with the QBs. We kind of have to split it up between QBs and non-QBs. Which QB did you thought looked the best of rookies? Don't give me some 4-year veteran that's just going to be a second backup.
Probably your boy out in Cleveland, honestly.
Dude, he played again last night, so he has 3 games under his belt. I was going to talk about him again. I mean, he's looking really good. Last game, which literally last night, 164 yards. Completion percentage went down a little bit. He was like at 50%. No touchdowns, but he got him inside the 25, 3 straight drives.
Yeah,
I mean,
I am super bummed you picked him up in the Dynasty League. Very upset.
Oh, I watched that Hall of Fame game and I liked it instantly. Especially because he's not going to play this year. Deshaun's not going to lose his starting job in 1 year. But even if it's not this year, I think he could be really good on a team.
Yeah. I mean,
we are talking about Dorian Thomas Robinson. I don't think we ever actually said that. We probably need to actually tell people who we're talking about instead of just saying random things about people. The ex-UCLA quarterback who got drafted this year by the Browns.
God, had that heartbreak against USC last year. That was tough.
But I liked him. He's looked good. He can move with his legs. He's not necessarily like gonna try and run it every time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they can't cut Deshaun for 2 years. I mean, I think if he looks good enough, though, or more of if Deshaun looks as bad as he did last year, and they go 5-12 or 6-11, you can't just keep doing that. I don't care how much you owe the guy. I guess is what you're not paying a guy $50 million a year guaranteed to go 6-11 every year.
True.
Although it would be entertaining because I hope Deshaun suffers in every way possible for everything that has happened.
Yeah, he needs some real fucked up shit to come his way. This is a bad person that can't root for, can't pull for.
All right.
Wait.
What? Wait.
I didn't see this.
Don't know what you're talking about. Use your
Never
words.
Never mind. Rest of the preseason. I had just seen Jameson Williams likely out for rest of preseason, and I didn't see pre, and I had a holy fuck. I had a moment where I was about to just leave.
Yeah, Dan Campbell's not happy with him right now.
Yeah.
Whole betting thing, and then now he doesn't get to get reps in, and yeah, Dan Campbell had a interview about that.
I didn't see it.
It wasn't that bad, but he was like, he really needed all the reps he could get because, he's not playing the first 6 games, obviously. Like, oof. Yeah, that's what happens when you gamble inside a team facility. So what rookie QB did you not like?
My rookie QB, CJ Stroud.
I was like,
it's not that he had bad throws. It would like,
well, he did have that interception was really bad.
Horrible. Yeah. That, and like, if he looked confident at all or didn't look like he was completely rattled walking into the game, I would have I would have been fine with it. But his body language and the look on his face was holy fucking shit. This is fucking scary. That is literally the look I saw. And it was like I was watching it happen and my heart sunk before the first play because I swear to God I looked at him and I was like, this guy's scared.
He did look scared. He didn't look good. I'll give him a little credit. The offensive line didn't help him a lot. He was really on the run. Interception's still his fault. That was just an awful decision and throw. He did look the worst. I didn't actually see Bryce Young's game, so I don't have too much on him, but I didn't think Anthony Richardson looked that great either. I mean, he had a bad interception also. He's the biggest question mark.
Everybody did, almost.
Yeah. Actually, Stetson Bennett looked pretty good.
I know.
He did look. He actually did look. I mean, 191 yards, a touchdown. He had a 90 QBR rating. Obviously he's playing against third strings. So is DTR for my guy. I still think they can look good against. I guess my whole thing is in the preseason, I know they're against third strings like these guys in the second half. But if you're beating third strings that badly, then clearly you should at least be going against second strings. And then, if you look good there, you can move up. Malik Cunningham, actually, I am cheering for him. He won me a lot of college bets throughout his career. So I'm a Malik Cunningham fan.
Super fun to watch.
He's one of those guys that is just fun to watch. I don't know if he's taking Mac's job. I'm not going to go that far yet.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Prime fan seat. Appreciate you. Welcome in. We're going over some rookie.
Well,
the rookies, first game, some of them their second games. So now, who is your favorite non-QB?
My boy A.T. Perry. Wide receiver out of New Orleans.
Honestly, I figured it'd be Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce Vaughn is a whole nother level.
I just worry about his size, and he's just going to take one hit from an NFL linebacker, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, the linebacker.
That's fair.
I think he's a firecracker, dude. He looks like I thought, okay, he's going to go from Kansas State to the NFL. He still looks just like everybody else is running in slow motion, and he's just twitching around.
Dude, he kind of reminds me of the old Muscle Hamster, Buccaneers running back from back in the day. Just super small, feisty little guy.
Wait, which Muscle Hamster are you talking? I'm talking about. I was thinking Maurice Jones-Drew.
Oh, no, what? I said Bucks. Martin. Yeah,
Doug Martin.
Yeah, okay. Doug Martin slander. Yeah,
I was thinking,
dude, he was a small guy, but he was just. I still remember the game against the Raiders where he got me like 55 fantasy points. Comparing him to Vaughn, I feel like they're pretty comparable. They're both small, little feisty guys. The problem is the Doug Martin didn't last long because he is small and then got hurt a lot and had some other issues.
Yeah, Maurice Jones-Drew was fucking blowing up linebackers coming in to the backfield trying to sack the quarterback. He fucking he fucked Ray Lewis up one time.
The Muscle Hamster did earn that shit, and I loved him all like 3 full years we had him.
Deuce Vaughn did make the team because of his dad, but he also looked good.
Also, both can be true. Both can be true. I loved watching him at K-State. Besides when he played TCU, he was super fun to watch. For me,
he's 0 to his 100 instantly. His acceleration is so stupid. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Dude, I love it.
I think my favorite non-rookie, not non-QB. I have 2. One running back, one wide receiver. Elijah Dotson for the Chargers looked fantastic. Actually, he got picked up before I could get him in our Dynasty League. The Chargers fan picked him up, not surprisingly. Probably watched the game and just did it instantly. Because he had 6 carries, 92 yards, and 2 TDs. That's pretty good for a rookie first game. And then Tank Dell for Houston, wide receiver. He looked really good. Yeah. He had like the circus catch for a touchdown, and that's not good because I have John Mechie, and Mechie, didn't get to play his rookie year due to leukemia, and I'm still wondering how he's gonna come back from that, really. But Tank Dell did look good.
Dude, Zay Flowers.
Yeah, Zay Flowers.
I told you before the draft. I was like, Scott, I swear to God, Zay Flowers is fucking amazing because all of my Boston College bets, I got to watch Zay Flowers in Boston College.
It's
more
actually
than a lot of people.
so I actually love that because we have the league, which for those that don't know, we'll get into that in like 2 weeks when it starts up. But we have to pick a certain amount of college and NFL games per week. Me and the captain pick a lot of what most people would consider games they don't watch or nobody teams. That is where we personally thrive, like the Fun Belt, MAC 10 games, Boston College. If you're looking at like lower end of Power 5. We love those games. Like I was a big Tulane guy last year. I picked Tulane in the Kansas State game last year. I was on them early. You know, that's how we kind of roll. So when you'll big Syracuse guy, I'm worried about them this year. That coach is a fucking idiot. If they didn't know, I'm gonna stop my rant before it starts because if they didn't have that coach, they could easily have been like 9-3 last year. And the year before. That coach is a moron. They also should have beat Clemson last year. Coach ruined it for him. Also, the refs ruined him in that game with the sideline roughing the pass. Well, wasn't a passer, roughing like the quarterback on a run. I don't know, the unnecessary roughness. Refs needed Clemson to win. I'm a huge Syracuse guy. For no reason, actually. Like, I have no affiliation with the college. I've just gone like 11-1 in bets on him the last 2 years. So just like huge Q's guy. That coach is an idiot. But I'm glad we drafted. Well, we didn't draft their running back. We now have their running back on our team. My team, the Bucks. I guess I haven't clarified that my team is the Bucks too often. We haven't gotten any film before now. So I'm excited to see him. Just saying. We watch unusual teams around here.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed about the death of a conference that we'll get to, but
we are getting we're losing pack after dark. We will get to that
so
though.
Sad.
Any other rookie? Actually, we'll keep moving forward. Any other rookies that you liked? It doesn't have to be offensive. I didn't mention any defensive guys, but it's harder to quantify them as much. I guess
I didn't get to watch as much preseason as I would have liked, so not quite yet. But
you're a little more worried with the Premier League and everything.
The start of the Premier League.
Yeah.
I get so fucking excited. I have tried to like hold back my NFL deep dive because once it starts,
don't stop.
That's what happens until middle of February. And then I'm uber fucking depressed when it's over.
I know. I remember this trying to get you into basketball last year and you're like, absolutely not. I don't care about your little ball that goes through a hoop. I need to hit somebody.
Which I used to be the basketball.
That's why it's so weird. Yeah.
It's because I love soccer, football. I'm a football guy.
You're a football guy, and I'm a
football guy. Yeah. So NFL news, injuries.
The injuries, I mean, there's not. I don't have a graphics for the injuries. I didn't. That felt like a kind of a bad graphic to make. Like, let's just show
the injuries.
I also can't spell, evidently. Well, that's not evident. Everybody knows I can't spell if you've ever seen me type something. Just like random news, like Zeke to the Patriots. I know we got Cowboys fans in here. I think he'll be like running back 3 on that team, maybe.
Yeah, it's a very Patriots hire, like running back out of their prime. Belichick's just going to run them into a wall for a couple years and then do it again.
Find a new guy. Then we also
have a new guy to run into a wall.
Dalvin to the Jets. I feel like that's one that can actually make a difference.
Man, Dalvin to the Jets really fucks up some fantasy value,
Yeah, no, I do know. I do know. I had one, or I still have one of the Jets running backs. At least it's not the one coming off a major injury.
Yeah, fuck both of them.
I really liked Brees, unfortunately.
I don't have any of them.
Well, I have. Yeah. I'm not even worried about it.
I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it. You're worried about it. I have seen a lot of reports though coming out of Jets, not like necessarily the team, but like reports and everything. That offensive line has just been awful in preseason, and it's so. I was gonna bring this up, and I guess this is now a good time. So the Buccaneers and Jets are doing like that joint practice, they do before the preseason game that a lot of like teams do, like one preseason. So we did one practice, and our defensive line just utterly dominated them one whole day.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled the next joint practice the next day. So we had to go practice at the Giants stadium because the Giants let us move there for the day to practice.
What?
I didn't even know you could.
That's crazy.
I didn't know you could do that.
That's actually pretty wild.
Yeah, they canceled. Everyone's like making jokes that it's like, yeah, the defensive line destroyed the Jets and they don't want to do that again. But I'm assuming something else happened. They just canceled it. So the Giants.
Yeah, there's got to be something else.
I've never heard of a team just being like, nah, we're actually not going to let y'all in today. And we're going to do our own thing. It's like, well, what if we were in a city that like didn't have another pro team to let us do that? Like, what are we supposed to do for practice for the rest of the week?
Yeah, that's a real weird one.
That's a weird one for me.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Well, that's what happens when you get Aaron Rodgers. Weird shit just happens.
Dude, everybody was fucking tripping balls. That's what it was.
Team
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. I always forget how to say that because it doesn't make. If you look at the name, it doesn't make sense how you say it. I was actually, we'll just go ahead and change sides because that's one of the things I love from training camp. For those of y'all that have watched Hard Knocks, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. But Aaron Rodgers and Sauce Gardner had a interesting handshake go down, where they did the whole handshake, and then they were pretending to smoke joints and stuff, which Aaron Rodgers has done a few times before in his career. This is not the first time. But then everyone compared it to just Aaron Rodgers having the whole team smoke ayahuasca as a team building exercise, which I would love for it to be true.
I don't think you smoke ayahuasca.
I thought you did. I see. This is how little I know about whatever the hell this drug is. Okay, dude.
It's a drink.
Drink? Okay. Well, then I have faulty information.
Not a drug.
Not a drug guy.
It's a drink.
At least we can confirm that I've never done it if I think you smoke it. So there you go. We have confirmation. I've never done ayahuasca, guys.
We're gonna smoke ayahuasca and drink some weed. Let's go. Party balls.
Inject the weed. Actually, shit. Twitch, don't yell at me, please. You didn't hear anything. We'll move on from the drug talk. Actually, my favorite thing out of training camp though is Jamal Williams. Just a huge nerd. I don't understand. Even if you're not like an anime guy, I don't understand how you can't just like Jamal Williams as a person. He's just like a happy-go guy that's just like, I'm just here to do work and I'm going to go back and be a nerd. There's a video that came out. Jamal Williams only signs autographs in exchange for anime merch. So there's a video came out, and I wasn't going to pull up the full video of like fans on the sideline at these preseason practices handing him like Pokemon merch, random anime merch, and he would sign their stuff. And he had like my picture there. He literally has 2 full bags and a box full of anime merch. That's what he got from signing.
We got to get him on the show,
Dude, I'll just tell him I'm a VTuber and that I'm an anime guy, and he's just like, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, whatever y'all think a football player is, I'm not it. I'm a nerd. And I love that he's just like, I'm not going to be what y'all think I am with just this muscle guy of I come in and do all this. It's like, nah. I just go back. I don't watch Sports Center. I don't watch other games. I go home. I watch anime. I'm not doing all that shit.
And he's not. I feel like there's more and more athletes are willing to come out and be like, I'm actually a fucking weeb. Like,
well, it's
100%.
Part of it is anime over the last, I'll say like 10 years, maybe that's not the exact timeline, has become much more mainstream. Right. Like 20 years ago, if you said you watched anime, people would be like, this dude might kill somebody. He's like,
watch some anime, see if the Discord kitten's on,
Yeah. Not the Discord kitten, man. Oh, I need to send you have you seen the video of one guy like doing like the cringe of like, I have to defend my Discord kitten?
Yes.
Okay, you've probably seen it.
So good.
It's so good.
That's like where I got it from.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of funny references to Discord, because I don't know where you got that from. I just love that he's just like, look, I'm a nerd. I just happen to also be one of the best running backs in the world. But just like those two are mutually exclusive. Led the league in rushing touchdowns last year. Love it.
What a guy.
He's representing us weebs. That's what I like about it. Wait, I'm catching up on Priest Bucket's chat. You smoke DMT, Jets all win on a vision quest. I still say that. I think that I still say that's about the anime watchers. He does have to deal with me and Pagan making pancakes pretty regularly.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks. Haven't watched the second one yet. Do hate how cool it makes Aaron Rodgers look.
I see. I haven't watched it yet. I usually wait for 2 or 3 of those episodes to come out. I used to love Hard Knocks. I don't really care for it anymore. I don't feel like it's like it's.
I had gotten there. I really only watched this first one because one of my friends said he watched it, and so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll check it out." And it was a good episode. It was like I actually wish I could watch the second one.
I mean, it's one of those things like Sunday afternoon. I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I did forget about it. I didn't know it had started till I think it was you or maybe it was someone in Discord was just like, "Yeah, good first episode was good." Like I didn't know it was out. Pagan making pancakes is dead to Mr. Pocket. Not good. Not good. Well, he probably just didn't want to trade you.
I think he's just saying he's just dead in general to everybody because he's non-existent.
Well, I've talked to him within the last 48 hours.
That's what you think.
Am I talking to a machine replica of Pagan making pancakes?
Dude, AI is out of control.
Then tell him to answer. You want me to text him to text you? Okay.
Tell him about my trade.
Yeah, we're getting to like ex-girlfriend territory where you're texting like the friend to be like, "Will you tell her to call me?"
Does he ever mention me?
Does she bring me up ever? Or to deny her?
Love her.
You can just assume it's a deny, Mr. Pocket. You can just assume it's a deny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just know that's a deny.
Yeah, we can add that one to deny. That's about all we have for NFL. There's only so much you can go over preseason. Not a lot going on. Injuries. Look at rookies. I'm interested to see how rookie quarterbacks do the second week.
Is next week our college football show? And then we have the NFL show the next week?
2 weeks for the college. Because next week in college is only like 8 games. Not the best games either. I mean, there's a few. Our big, like the big college football special is 2 weeks from today.
Okay.
I'll get into next week's episode later when we're closing, because remember, we're switching it up, actually. I know Mr. Pocket's going to love this, actually. So, Mr. Pocket, you got to stick around for what we're releasing. But we're on to college football just a little bit here, just because the preseason poll got released on Monday. I don't feel like there's a lot of surprises in there. It's the big dogs.
I'm surprised Texas is so high, honestly.
Oh, dude, get the fuck out of here.
I'm saying they shouldn't be.
But you can't be surprised that they're up there, because they literally do this for Texas every year. Whether they deserve it or not.
They would have been closer to 20, is what I.
Whether they deserve it or not, they're gonna be up there at the top. That's Texas.
OU ranking at number 20. That's where I thought Texas would be, because that's just. I actually think it should be switched.
Y'all were equally bad last year, but y'all actually have good players returning. I don't feel like OU has as much of like. You have Quinn Ewers, you have your running back, you have the wide receiver. I think you're returning 4 or 5 O linemen. I'll get into specifics on teams later in another episode. I don't think there's a lot of surprises here. I mean, I don't have any disagreements with most of the things in here. Maybe Texas Notre Dame shouldn't be 12-13. I mean, Notre Dame ended strong last year. They did get Sam Hartman from Wake Forest, so that's a definite QB upgrade. But I don't find a lot of arguments, and I know I see Mr. Pocket sent a lot of messages. I'm assuming he's talking about Pac-12 Division II teams being up there.
Nah, he's just talking shit about
that. I guess one of the things I'm not necessarily sold on, LSU, Florida State, both top 10. I think that's one of those, they did that for the first week matchup. I'm not going to lie. Got to get that top 10 matchup in the first week.
I don't know, LSU, they have that quarterback back, right? And Florida State looked good. They have
Florida State. What was it?
Don't they have like the 6'7" receiver, some shit? He's fucking huge.
I do think they're both going to be good. And Florida State returned like every important person, I think,
Yeah.
from their team. But I still think it's one of those, like, I would maybe put Clemson above Florida State at least. I like the Washington quarterback more than the Florida State quarterback, at least just on a 1-to-1 comparison. Penix versus I can't remember the Florida State quarterback's name now. I bet against him a good amount last year.
I watched him a lot last year. Yeah, I could see that. I think Florida State deserves to be top 10. I think Washington could be higher just because Penix. Clemson, until they show me something, they're just not. I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of legacy rankings, and we can just get into the talk of like, don't think there should actually be a preseason poll.
I've said that for 10 years, like
Yeah,
forever.
I mean, I think it should be like the third week.
I always say first week of October. I can agree with third week after you play 3 games, or that's like the end of September. I mean, it's one of those, like, there's some here, like, we know Georgia's going to go like undefeated. They have the easiest schedule in college football. They play Tennessee and that's it. So like,
they also, I mean, they don't play anybody and they're fucking stacked.
Yeah.
So
I'm also a big believer, whether you have a ranking or not, if you win the college championship the previous year, you're one going into the next year. I don't care if you lost your entire team. Until you lose your one.
Unless a quarterback is lost.
I actually don't even care about that. If you've won back-to-back championships, you could have all new recruits. You should still be one until you lose a game.
Well, with Georgia back-to-back, yes. 100%.
Is there any team... Oh, here's a question that just came up. Of the top 10, who do you think will drop the quickest? Because there's always one or two that drop before
Whoever
September.
loses the LSU Florida State.
Well, I was going to say top 25. Like,
okay.
Lose at... We'll see. Penn State's a team... They're usually pretty good in September, actually, so I don't think they're going to drop quickly, but they're not going to beat Ohio State or Michigan, I don't think. So eventually they're going to drop out. I don't know about how fast, though.
Well, I'm going to go pull up their schedule. They got West Virginia, then Delaware, then Illinois.
Illinois could be tough. I think they're one of the teams that's like just out of the top 25. Like, what do they call it? Receiving votes, but not.
Yeah, it's not a fun game they're going to play because I think it's at Illinois.
Oh God,
it's going to be cold. It's going to be a
cold? It's going to be
game.
September still. It's not going to be cold.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. I was just thinking,
bro, it's gonna be a nice brisk 60 degrees. Ah, man, I don't know.
Break out the long johns, bro.
Yeah.
But no, going to Illinois and playing in a 7-6 game is usually not that fun for anyone.
No, I didn't realize they played Illinois that early. That will be a tough game.
Yeah, and then after that 7-6 game, they can go 6-3 and they play Iowa.
Dude. It's one of those. It's like, I've never seen a worse team to watch, but I love watching it. You know?
I mean, it's a sicko team for sure.
It's a sicko team. It's like, do they get 2 first downs in this half? I really don't know if they do.
I don't understand how they can't throw a few passes. I don't know how your offense is that bad. I don't know how you don't hire somebody. Like it's like not even just a little bad. It's like not a functioning part of a team. What
was it, 3 or 4 games last year their defense outscored their offense?
Yeah.
That one of those games, it happens. You know, kick return, 2 defensive touchdowns. Who knows? That happening 3 times in a season is unheard of. That should be impossible almost. Like, that should never be a thing.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. One team, or I guess 2 teams I'm glad are up there, TCU and Oregon State. Not too high, not too low. TCU, I really do feel like we have about an 7-5, 8-4 year.
It's a 7-5 year for
sure. Gordona, thank you for the subscription. Welcome in, Gordona. You actually missed our Charger talk, potentially. I was hyping up your running back boy that you picked up in Dynasty, and I'm upset you did. I do like Dotson, but welcome in. Welcome in. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to really have any Colorado State talk today. You know, maybe when they go 3-9 after the season, we can bring them up.
How do you feel having your rival hire a superstar coach and all that?
Actually, we could be talking to a future Pac-12 member right now in Colorado State.
Bro, they just need to fucking kill the Pac-12, man.
We will get into that. Actually, we can probably just go and move on. There's not much more to go on
yeah.
the topics.
You know,
I mean,
talk about college football dying.
Aggressive, but semi actually agree.
Bro, I think this is actually the beginning of the end.
I do think it's the beginning. So if you tune into the screen, you actually see what the new Big Ten looks like. I have a nice drawing for everyone.
Dude, Pac-12 After Dark is going to be missed. I'm going to miss fucking those.
Well, we're going to get Big Ten After Dark now. Which is something I never thought I would say. We're going to get Big Ten After Dark.
It's not the same.
Mountain West After Dark.
There's a difference in being in Chicago at dark and then fucking Corvallis.
Well,
Completely
I understand
different.
Corvallis, but I'm talking about how UCLA will play USC after dark. I'm not talking about Illinois after dark. I'm talking about California, Washington, and Oregon after dark. It is the death of college football. I think we've lost in the last few years. We've lost all the fun rivalry, like regional rivalries. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
It started like
sad.
We've always had realignment. It's been around for 50 years or however long you want to go back. But now we're getting to where it's money realignment much more than anything, and it's not as fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the 20-team conference is the way to go. But again, I think we are in a transition period that I can't actually say if it's good or bad. My feeling is that it's headed towards something that's not great, or not what I want.
Yeah.
We also don't know. We don't fucking know.
I actually think
it's.
it's not great for college football.
I agree.
I think the televisions want USC versus Michigan every other year and all that stuff. I don't know how their divisions are going to work out, so I can't say exactly. They want more Texas versus Alabama every year, which we happened to get 2 years in a row, but that was before conference realignment. They want those type of matches every year, but I don't think the casual fans, and if you're going to want more fans to watch, like the really casual fans, I'm talking about like the people that went to Oregon State that are only going to watch Oregon State games are going to randomly turn into those. So you're losing like Oregon State, Oregon. You're losing Washington State. You're losing all that type of stuff. You lost like A&M Texas for a while.
Dude,
I know it's technically going to be back.
Was such a fucking game too, man.
Yeah.
God,
we're losing Bedlam, OU, OSU. We're losing that type of stuff. I mean, like that's the type of stuff we're losing that it sucks. And those games, while I understand that maybe like not as many people get into them, for like the state of Washington, the state of Oregon, the state of Oklahoma, those games are the biggest game of the year. Because like you go into work, you talk trash to your coworker that went to Oregon when you went to Oregon State. You have all that stuff. Like I'm in Texas. I'm a TCU fan. I get to talk trash to Tech fans or Baylor fans or OU fans because a lot of OU people live in Texas. Or just Texas fans. Like if all of a sudden TCU wasn't in that conference, it would be devastating because I want to be able to beat their teams and talk shit to them to their faces. But that's being taken away for the casual fan.
I think college football is like the closest thing to soccer in other countries because of the fans, because of the local who you cheer for. Not necessarily big teams, you know, you got like the real small Luton town teams that are just like a fucking, I don't know, whatever, small school, a Rutgers, you know?
Yeah. Or like, I mean, like an Oregon State. I mean, like they're good in athletics, but they're not like, no, most people aren't going to be able to tell you a lot about Oregon State athletics besides the people that went there, or Washington State. Well, and I'm obviously excluding absolute degenerates like us. But like the casual fan and everything.
Right.
I think you're right. That is the closest thing to the European soccer model.
Soccer so much because of that and the passion and the all the different rivalries and the derbies and
I don't remember.
I think it's going to go away because it's just going to be money now.
I mean, I feel like we're moving towards the I mean, everyone keeps saying it's just going to end up being the Big Ten and the SEC. I think Big 12 is going to be around, especially because basketball's. I know it doesn't make the money football does, but basketball, literally no one can compete with us in terms of basketball depth and talent. But also, I see a lot of Big Ten people talking trash on how they're the second best conference, and they're making obviously a lot more money if we're going to go by that metric than the Big 12 for TV. They talk a lot of shit for OSU winning one title for the Big Ten and the SEC and ACC dominating football for the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why everyone says the Big Ten's the second best football conference. You've had Michigan and Ohio State
and Michigan.
And they go there and they lose every fucking year. So, like, they had 2 teams in it last year and they lost both their games. Why are you talking shit? And everyone's gonna be like, well, OU went there 3 times and lost. It's like, well, guess what? TCU went there and won a game. Like, y'all, like, the teams of, like, Penn State and Michigan going off of one Ohio State title game 10 years ago, or title championship 10 years ago, and riding that coattail is insane. I don't think we're any worse than the Big Ten in football. The Big 12 is.
I think
now SEC like they're their own league. It's like Division 1 versus Division 2 if you put the SEC compared to everyone else.
Yeah. Also, like Mr. Pocket's saying, Big 12 is way more fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Fucking just shootouts. Go to the middle of fucking nowhere, Texas, and play Texas Tech in a 70-66 game.
Did you see all the Pac-12 fans talking shit on the Big 12? You're like, it's a bus stop league. Or that's what they were calling it. The gas station league.
Bro, they're just upset.
They're just very upset that
they're just upset. We gotta look. I've been there. They're upset. Their feelings are hurt. They're lashing out at everybody. I would too. Honestly, I'd be fucking flailing around.
Well,
pissed off.
Did you see Arizona State? The athletic director, did you see what he said? After we saved their asses because their conference is disbanding, he goes, "Oh, I'm not going to West Virginia. You'll never see me in Morgantown. I'll send the assistant athletic director there." It's like, you want to just like turn your nose up to the fucking league that just saved you? Okay. Because Arizona State has been so good in sports and everything. And B, Morgantown is beautiful in the fall if you've ever seen pictures.
I thought you were about to say if you've ever been there, and I was like,
I've never been there.
Where the fuck have you been to Morgantown?
And C, third point, even those little towns like that, that's where college football is the greatest.
Yeah.
So I don't care about college football in the middle of a 12 million person just like city. Go to Texas Tech or like I'll shit on A&M, but like the college game day there's pretty fucking sweet still. Or like just in either of the OU schools. Go to any school that like it's a college town. Those game days are way better. Why do you think USC has such terrible attendance and their fans suck? It's because they're in the middle of LA and people have better things to do. Virginia Tech college game days are unrivaled. I can't wait to see the first intro, their first home game.
Little Inner Sandman.
Yeah.
God, I love it.
And West Virginia's been way more relevant. You have been to Morgantown. It's sick. Yeah, dude, that, like, the snobs, when you save their asses, just instantly shitting on the people that saved them. Honestly, cut them and bring in Morgan State. We can keep Arizona. Well, I would have rather had them to begin with. I'm fine with Arizona. Arizona State, I don't want them.
Fuck them.
Get them out of here.
But then that also, if we got rid of them, that would get rid of the Arizona State rivalry, which we had just said is a bummer. Yeah,
but once you start shitting on the conference that I'm a part of and that saved you, I don't care about your rivalry anymore.
Burn it down.
Burn it down. If you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna come at you. Like this, that's. I'm not saving anything at that point.
But yeah, I think this is pretty much the end of college football as we know it. I don't know what it's gonna end up looking like. But it's headed in a direction that I wish it wouldn't. And it's sad, and it feels like my childhood is dying.
Yeah, I did see that. I agree with that. And I saw that the college football playoff committee is now rethinking their rules. And I'm pretty sure we're eventually just going to get to where it's the 12 best teams because they don't want to deal with little schools. No matter how good your football program is, they're just not going to let in people that don't bring in numbers.
Why the NCAA is just losing power left and right.
I mean, look at the whole Harbaugh thing. They're trying to flex their muscles, and Harbaugh's like just pissing on them.
Yeah. I think they're trying to do things, but they also. My understanding is like there's a potential chance that they could say, "Fuck, we're not even going to do the NCAA shit anymore, and we're going to do our own thing."
I think a lot of people have been saying it's going to happen where college football is literally just its own thing, and the NCAA. And I agree with it. I don't think the NCAA is going to be any part of college football soon.
Mm-hmm. I think, but there needs to be some kind of fucking leadership group or something.
Well,
with people that actually care about the sport and not the money.
Well, we're not going to get that. I don't think.
I think you need people on there who are at least going to try to attempt to stand up for the sport and not just the money, is how I should have put it, because I don't think that will happen. I think it's dead because money rules all.
Yeah. I also don't think that, I don't know how long the Big Ten contract is. I know the ACC one's like, it still has like 10 years on it. I don't know how long the Big 12 one is. I don't think networks are going to have that money soon, because I don't know a lot of people that actually buy cable as much. We do streaming. We watch it through so many other means. I don't think you're going to be able to give $50 million a school after this contract's up.
No, I think the streaming services are going to buy the right. Like I like Apple with.
Well,
MLS.
yeah, I know Apple tried with Pac-12 too.
Yeah,
I think it was like 25 million base.
Pac-12 should have taken that, dude. They should have taken it.
Well, the problem is the schools that said no are the ones trying to leave.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, that's like they couldn't have said yes because the schools said no because they were going to leave anyway. So it didn't matter what.
Let me rephrase that. They should have taken it so that I can continue to watch Pac-12 after dark, because it's a goddamn way of life, man.
I mean, we're getting the same amount of games after dark. It's just going to be Michigan at USC after dark.
Don't want that. Fuck them. Get Michigan out. I want USC versus Oregon State. Fuck Michigan. Ruining my after dark. They're going to go run the ball a few times. Fuck that, dude. As if Oregon State doesn't only run the ball.
Yeah, you're really not talking. We actually, you had to come apart because the QB was so bad last year that you were like, just run the ball.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got to just run the ball,
bro. It was a high scoring game. I don't even know what you mean.
Well, it was a high.
God. You know what we need to do? We need to come up with our favorite games from last year, and that needs to be a segment.
We'll do that for like the college football special.
Man, Washington, Oregon State, fucking A.
That Washington-Oregon game was still the luckiest backdoor cover that also shouldn't have even needed to be a backdoor cover I have ever seen.
That was the range of emotions that happened during that game is unrivaled. I cannot believe that fucking game.
That was insane. Also, I agree with Mr. Pocket. Make the Pac-12 just Hawaii, nationally broadcast every game, and they're all home games.
You know, playing fucking fire? What are you talking about?
Yeah, they probably don't have anywhere to, play the game anymore, but that's a detail we can work out. They should build a stadium on water. They could easily have the coolest stadium of all time.
On water?
I'm just saying, dude.
A floating stadium?
I mean, look at like the oil rigs. They make steel beams that go down miles, but I'm talking like 50 feet on water. I'm not talking like miles. Like it's off the coast.
You can't melt those steel beams with jet fuel, though.
Oh my god. Now we're getting into real conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Honestly, someone started the fires to stop Hawaii from being a Pac-12 powerhouse. Fight me.
Did we figure it out?
Fight me.
About to be real estate available.
Now's the time to buy, guys.
The conspiracy theories surrounding Hawaii right now are fucking wild, dude.
Just trying to ruin the dream of Pac-12. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Who's ready for some R&R tonight? I'm excited.
Didn't know that was tonight.
I've
honest.
posted multiple things about it, and nobody would.
I'm never on
say
that
anything.
Discord anymore.
Okay. Don't know why you wanted me to post earlier then. Okay, so
It's not. Oh
thank you for-
my god! Before you say thank you for coming, I need to let them know of our special schedule next week.
Mhm.
So there is a stream next week. It's at 1 p.m. I know that's a weird time. People might be working. I have a work fantasy draft that is at 1 p.m. We are going to broadcast it live, and it's going to be a Two Bros a team. We're going to do it together. We're going to stream the draft, and everyone can watch. I know Mr. Pocket is going to want to input on it. Yeah, Friday. Same day, just different time. 1 p.m. our time, Central.
I can feel it. He's not going to be here. Oh,
He's not going to be here. So we're going to do that. It's going to be a stream team. We're just going to do that, and then we'll do our normal show afterwards, but first, like, I don't know, what's probably 30, 45 minutes will be who your bro fighting. I don't know. He just fidgets. He does that. He just kind of, he can't sit still.
I have such bad ADHD, and I don't mean to like do it and be like I have ADHD, but like I literally do. So I have to stand up and move a little bit, or I feel like I'm gonna explode.
He's fighting the demons in his head.
I never win.
Nah, he doesn't.
Never.
But do
fucking
do
win,
any of
dude.
us?
No.
No, we don't. So yeah, that's special stream next week. Fantasy football draft live. Then we'll get into just some stuff. We'll have college football to talk about. Premier League recap again. Whatever happens in the NFL rookie. Pretty much the same stuff as this week. Just whatever happens between then. But thank you all for coming. We are going to be ending it here. We're about an hour and a half. We've run out of things to talk because there's still preseason for most sports. Only so much you can talk about preseason, honestly.
It's true.
It's true. Thank you for the subs, Kitten. I hope you're asleep because I know you're in Europe and you don't sleep. Thank you for the sub, Kitten. Gordon, thank you for the sub. Thank you for everyone that came out. Thank you for everyone that's still here. You don't have ADHD, but everyone thinks I do. I'm going to be honest, Candy, I would just assume you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to drive my fucking parents nuts.
Still does. I don't know why that was like a past tense.
Well, because they're not like I
Nah.
don't live with them, but yeah.
Just saying. All right. Thank you, everyone, coming out. We're heading out. Y'all have a good Friday. Y'all have a good weekend. You've gotten our Premier League picks. They're going to be winners. We're going to talk about it. Captain's giving a weird stare, and I'm creeped out, so I'm going to end it.
Come on, you gooners.
Yeah. Adios, everyone.